Hello everyone and welcome to another Collins Performance Corner, and today we've got a wee product review. So this is the first time I've actually got to review a product for the Simrig. Obviously we do reviews on some Audis and stuff like that, but this is a bit of product review today. So this is something I bought my own money, so this is something I wanted to upgrade my rig with. I've been thinking about one for a while. I was just sort of kind of not sure which one to buy because there's sort of lots of things out there. There's lots of cheap alternatives and stuff like that. So we're going to review today the Simutec SDU-2. Now this is a dashboard for your sim racing. Now there's lots of other things, like I say, out there. You can use iPhones and stuff like that and iPod touches and kind of download some software and do it that way, but I wanted something that was hardware and you know, will be good for the future to come, and it'll look good on the rig as well. So here we are here. So this is the thing in question. So you can see here you've got your screen, you've got your shift lights and everything along the top here. It looks absolutely great when you're out using it on the track. So one of the reasons you would actually use one of these is more for the single-seater Formula cars, because most of the dashboards on these cars are actually on the physical steering wheel itself. Now if you're like me and you like to have that sort of kind of sitting in the cockpit kind of view, you won't really have the steering wheel in view on the screen, so it cuts out a lot of that dashboard. So you need something to see your upshifts, your tyre temperatures, your lap times and everything like that in a bit more detail. So you get that on the screen, of course. Where it sits, I've got it sitting just in front of the steering wheel. It mounts directly, this mounting bracket here which comes with the car. You can adjust the height just on the back here. It's just, there's just two little countersunk Allen key screws, and you know, you can bolt this directly bolts onto the Fanatec by the 4 bolts here. It's very, very sturdy. It's all very aluminium. This is an all aluminium case, an aluminium bracket. You can kind of change this little sort of kind of bit of plastic that runs along here for different colours. I've got the green in here, and so yeah, it's very, very well built. You know, it's a heavy bit of kit. It's very, very sturdy, and it goes well if you've got like all aluminium and everything like on your rig. It just looks the part. It's not cheap plastic or anything like that it's been made with. It's not been 3D printed. It is a really, really good bit of kit. So I'm just going to show you some stuff on the screen here. So this is an example of how it looks when you're driving. So first off, we're going to start with some single seaters. So here we are here in the Formula 3 car. So this is just at the Circuit of Americas. Now you can see there, where I've got it positioned on the screen, this is the GoPro on my head, just to give you an example of how this looks when you're driving. You see there the screen is very, very bright. The shift lights are bright. One of the great things I love about it, obviously, with the LEDs is, you know, it does work for all the flags and everything as well. So you'll see the LEDs down the left and right hand side where that was flashing for the pit limiter. Now that would also flash there for your flags. So if yellow flag came out, you would get your flashing yellow for your flags, your blue for your blue flags as well. So you know, that's all sort of worked in with through the LEDs as well. The screen itself, you get some great data. Now this one you see here is Simutec's own sort of layout that they do. This is their version 3 layout, which pretty much you get lots of different layouts. It uses the SimHub software for all its actions, and SimHub itself have got its own sort of kind of dashboard layouts you can select as well. But I really, really like the Simutec one. It's a nice bit of display there. It's well laid out, it's crystal clear, and you get everything you need. You've got your lap time, you've got your tyre temperatures, you've got your fuel, you've got your brake bias, you've got what settings, your traction control, and your fuel mixture and everything's all that as well. It really does, you know, it does bring a lot to the experience having this external display here on the single seaters. Now we're just going to move across now to the kind of GT3 style cars. Now the GT3 style cars actually have a dashboard on the physical dashboard of the car. So even if you don't have the steering wheel visible on the screen, you used to still get a screen. But I've got used to now if you just come across back to the screen here, you'll see here's it against the Porsche GT3 car. The way I've got it positioned for, again, my field of view, the screen sits kind of in front of the normal screen. You know, so you wouldn't need it normally for this type of application, but I think again, you just get used to having the same dashboard all the time. It actually makes you more consistent. You know where to look, because obviously each individual manufacturer will change in the car how the dashboard lays out. So having a fixed dashboard, I think, really does bring a bit more immersion and makes you a bit sharper, because you know exactly where to look if you need to just quickly tweak your brake balance or quickly check your tyre temperature. So I think it really does add a bit of depth to the experience as well. So let's give you some stats about the product now. So let's see some of the specifications and everything regarding the product. So the screen itself is a 4.3 inch full LCD display. It has 18 full RGB LEDs, so they can go pretty much any colour you want. You can make your own RGB profile up if you want, but Simutec do give you the LED profile for using in your racing games, but it is fully customizable through the Sim Hub software. Now the screen itself runs up to 90 frames per second, so it's going to keep up with pretty much all high speed sort of fast connections, and you'll all get the most recent there's not going to be much lag and everything, because it's all through high speed USB cable and everything as well. It does have polycarbonate glass and everything in it as well, so it's not going to shatter and anything for you as well. And like I say, it's compatible with a lot of different software. It's not just the Sim Hub stuff. If you do use different software, you can use that as well. What comes in the box really? So basically you get the screen itself, you get the mounting bracket, you get the M6 and M8 bolts that come to mount it to your wherever you're mounting it. I've got it, as I say, mounted to the right direct to the Fanatec DD, and you can download all the software and everything directly off the Simutec website. So the main question is, what about the price of the product? So this product comes in at £395. Now that is plus sales tax, so that'll be plus VAT in here in the UK. So yeah, it's not cheap, but you get what you pay for. And it's one of these ones, Simutec being a small company run by a gentleman called Callum McGregor. Now, basically I had to have some communication with Callum, because shortly after I got this, probably about a week later, it actually developed a fault. This LED right in the middle here actually blew, which you would never expect. And these LEDs and pretty much most products are lifetime, but for whatever reason there was a fault on the PCB board. Now one of the testaments to dealing with such a small company and not a big corporation and buying these en masse, these are all sort of built in small quantities, hence the price. But with having that fault, I emailed Callum. Within half an hour I got an email back. Absolutely class service. He gave me 3 different options. I could return it, he would pick it up by UPS, get it brought back, replace the PCB board and get it shipped back out to me as soon as he could. The other option was basically he was going to ship the PCB board out to me, and if I was comfortable just taking the screws out the back and swapping the board over, again, that was one of the options gave to me. And I think that was absolutely fantastic. He was absolutely apologetic. Great service. I mean, this was at like 11:30 at night I'd emailed him, and he was back to me within half an hour. That's the kind of service that you pay for when you're paying for a small product like this, is you're getting that great customer service. And working in a customer service environment myself, that really did hit home with me. And I thought that was a great experience, and it's one of the reasons why I would recommend this. Now obviously the PCB board arrived a couple of days later. It was an absolute doddle to change it over, and this is a one-off thing, and I sent the old board back to Callum so he can investigate what happened, because again, it's not something that he'd come across before, and it'll help him develop the product for the future as well. So it's great being involved in the the trouble and the fault finding for the product as well. But I've been using it now for hours and hours and hours since I've got it back. Absolutely not missed a beat, and like I say, if there was to anything ever happen in the future, I have no doubt that Callum will be there to sort it out. So great service, and it's one of the reasons why I decided to purchase this. I prefer to help the sort of smaller companies rather than buy you know, the sort of off the bigger companies if it can be helped. So really do recommend this. Like I say, I did purchase this with my own money. You know, Simutec and Calm have no influence over what I've said. Really is a fantastic product. As I say, paid with my own money, been using it, and can only rate it highly. So I hope you've enjoyed the review of this, and as I say, up to yourself if you want to purchase it, but I do severely recommend it. I'll leave a link below to the Simutec website, where if you do want to purchase it, you can go ahead and give it a wee purchase. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as I say, hopefully you can come back and watch us a bit more racing, and we've got a bit more reviews coming in the future for Audis as well. So thanks for watching, and take care.